Hi, so this is a bit of a not so short vlog of me winter cycling with my gravel bike. Just feel like doing a bit of recovery ride today, and it's actually fairly serene and wonderful to ride in this Canadian winter. Join me and we'll go. Alright, let's go for a little winter recovery ride. I don't really have studded tires, so I'm going to be a bit extra careful, but the snow seems to be quite fresh. And I've deflated my tires a bit, so...
Hey, no riding in the snow!
You can't tell me what to do!
You got snow tire?
Sorry?
You got snow tire?
No, but I have gravel tires, like mountain bike tires.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't have studded tires on this yet. So wish me luck. I'll be slow. It's just recovery because I need to exercise. You know.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Yeah, snow seems to be kind of fresh. It's not really coming down, right? Yeah, it seems to be okay. I am getting traction, so, but we'll see how it looks like on the Huntingwood bike lanes. So yeah, today I'm just using my gravel bike. Turn off my bike. There we go. So I mentioned to my neighbor I don't have snow tires, meaning studded tires, because on my old commuter bike I have studded tires and I use that bike year round. But for now doesn't seem to be an issue because the snow is wet. It will be an issue when once it starts to freeze later on. So let's go in the lane here for a bit and see what the condition is. So I go on the road here too. I think this is okay. But later on, usually what happens is when the temperatures do drop considerably, this fresh snow on the side will turn to ice and will pack up a bit, and then it'd be difficult to bike on unless you have, say, studdeds. So far it's okay. And as I mentioned, I've deflated my tires just a bit, so I have a bit of traction. I believe the temperature right now is around, I haven't checked, but last time I checked was -5. Deflating the tires really helps too. I'm running tubeless on my gravel bike and definitely getting a little bit of extra traction. One thing I don't like is my glasses fogging up because I'm using a balaclava and it's kind of fogging up my glasses a bit. It's not too slippery, But as I mentioned again, later on, when the temperatures drop a bit more, all this will ice up. So I better take advantage of today, get a bit of winter cycling under my belt. I'm gonna turn left here. We're gonna get to Huntingwood Drive. Winter cycling can be quite an adventure if you prepared yourself for it. What's important, and what they always say, is that when you're winter cycling, you want to dress for the elements, followed by having your bike ready for it, or at least being able to stand up for it, having the right tires, maintaining it properly, and so on. And then it's just up to you. It's up to you to decide whether you want to go out there or not. Winter cycling is totally possible in Canada, contrary to what people say, especially if you need to do it for utility, or for me, just a bit for recreation. You know, if you need to enjoy the outdoors for a bit, not get cooped up inside. And yeah, winter cycling is for you. But you do need to be a little bit extra careful. So now we're at Huntingwood. The weather was forecasted to dump 5 to 10 centimeters today. A bit of puddles here. It's not too bad considering. And seems like the bike lanes are okay. There's someone who's already biked around here. But it's going to be a bit unfortunate come tomorrow. This will be, because tomorrow is going to be forecast as partly cloudy. There won't be any precipitation. So this part might ice up tomorrow. The snow is slushy at best, so still manageable. They've recently made these lanes permanent, by the way. So the Huntingwood bike lanes were improved with bollards and parking spaces with the Active TO initiative that was launched last year as a response to the pandemic. And yeah, I'm glad that City Council, I think, or at least I gotta double check if City Council did approve them, but I know that the Transportation Committee has approved these as permanent. The thing is, they've been around for a while. Huntingwood has always been a signed bike route, but not until this year they were vastly improved to include bollards. And for residents who are complaining about not getting any parking spaces here, well, they got parking spaces. It's a win-win for everyone. Ah, so far so good though. Some puddles here. They'll definitely ice up tomorrow, leaving the bike lane unbikeable. I heard that they will try to do winter maintenance here, especially for larger accumulations of snow. But it's not like European countries with definitely with a lot of snow, like Denmark, Sweden, Finland, where they do maintain their bike infrastructure year round. And utility cyclists, people who ride on bikes, they get to enjoy riding year round. I do not like my glasses fogging up. Doing recovery pace. Maybe I'll do a 15k today. I'm also sort of doing this to show motorists right now that there are people just as crazy as I am who will ride their bikes on the Huntingwood bike lanes during the winter time, because it's totally possible. People are just sort of not afraid but apprehensive about it. They think that it's not possible. They think it's just stupid to bike in the winter. A couple things. One is, well, I'm using my gravel bike, and it's not really the best. All right, so enjoying the good winter weather right now that we're having here. Kennedy and Huntingwood. As I mentioned, my gravel bike, it's not really the best for winter because a couple things. One, I wish I had studded tires so I can get extra grip. And two, I wish I had fenders. But that's where dressing up for winter cycling is key. Number one, you want to layer up. Right now I'm wearing my down jacket and an inner sweater. That's all I need, because especially with a down jacket, I have enough protection from 0 degrees to -5 to -10. You also want to wear a good pair of gloves, and waterproof pants. The pants I'm wearing are from Uniqlo. The pants I'm wearing, I'm just wearing fleece pants, and they've got a waterproof lining on the outside, and I'm wearing splash proof shoes, I guess, hiking shoes that are also splash proof. For socks, I'm wearing wool socks. You can choose whatever material you desire. You can choose merino, synthetic. It does keep me warm, adequate enough for this kind of weather, although you may need something a bit more warmer once the temperatures hit -10 or lower. The important thing, of course, is you don't want to get wet that much, especially on fresh conditions such as these. Because I don't have fenders, but I'm using an ass saver, so that will at least try to reduce a bit of wetness on my butt, because I don't have the use of proper fenders. proper Canadian winter. And after this, I'd fancy a Tim Hortons or something. After this, I'm gonna put on my scarf. Totally baked cannabis. Canada, where you can enjoy winter and cannabis at the same time. And winter cycling too. So yeah, there's Canada, cycling, and cannabis. Now I'm gonna stop here for a moment and put on my scarf. The only thing I don't like about the cold weather too is my GoPro batteries die quite early due to the cold. Now this is on the GoPro Hero 8. I don't know if it's the same with the 9 or the 10, but yeah, action camera batteries die quite early. But here's the thing, well, they use these batteries for skiing, so I don't see why it shouldn't last more than an hour for me. Or maybe I'm just bad luck with batteries. Trying to avoid the potholes and the puddles of water, especially near creeks that are almost certainly going to freeze. Now I used to have a bike. With fenders, and that commuter bike that I sold back in October. I used to have that bike. I loved it, but I had to sell it for financial reasons, and I didn't see much use of it anymore because I don't commute to work as much anymore due to the pandemic and work at home. So I've been using more of this bike, the gravel bike, and especially for winter riding duties. Seems to be holding up all right. You could totally notice that someone has biked here before too, so it's wet and slushy. I think that's the best way to describe the conditions right now. Alright, I'm gonna keep biking. I'm gonna complete my suburban Scarborough loop, and then we'll have a cup of Starbucks later. See, I'm not the only one here who biked. You could see the bike tracks. Someone has been here before. Canadian life. Everyone's shoveling their driveways, making sure it's all clear, because as I mentioned, if you don't do that ahead of time, it might ice up. I'm gonna turn right here. Although these days I've been Zwifting more, I've been riding indoors more. I miss riding outside. I miss riding in conditions such as these. I forgot to mention that my gravel bike, I'm not 100% on riding this in the winter, and the reason why is because I'm using cantilever brakes on these, rim brakes, and especially with all this snow, the braking performance degrades quite significantly. My commuter bike had disc brakes, which are really ideal for all weather conditions. But this gravel bike, I'd have to really squeeze on the brakes and not try to skid to be able to slow down. The brakes still work. It's just not good for if I were to do some more serious winter cycling, especially when it ices up. So that's why I kind of miss my old commuter bike, because that bike had disc brakes. There were hydraulic disc brakes too. There were Tektro brakes, and because it's a closed system in these winter conditions, it wasn't susceptible to grime entering the brake lines or anything like that. So I miss having a bike with disc brakes, especially for inclement weather conditions such as these. But as long as I bike at low speed and leave enough space up in front of me, I should be okay. It's manageable. Like today, again, it's manageable. Tomorrow, I don't know, not so much. I'm gonna bike on the shoulder here for a sec. I could bike on the roadside too if I want. It's a bit rougher, but I'm not in a hurry, so. Moment of solitude, tranquility. We're now passing Bridlewood Mall, Warden and Finch. I'm gonna turn left here. Yeah, I'm gonna turn left here. and take the longer route. We're pretty much at Bridletowne Circle, and then we're gonna head up to Bamburgh Circle. Pretty much a longer version of our Scarborough green loop, I would say. It's not really green anymore. I could feel that the snow is slightly turning into ice pellets. It's not a good sign, but well, it could just be because of my beard in my face. But it's good and bad right now, because right now we're still getting fresh accumulation of snow. And in these conditions, it's fine if you're using mountain bike or gravel tires with knobbies and then deflate it a bit so you have traction, which I'm doing right now. Come tomorrow, when this is all going to be hard packed snow and ice, you do need either thicker tires, because on my gravel bike I'm riding on 38C tires, 38mm tires on 700C, and of course, if you plan on doing a bit more winter commuting, I would suggest thicker tires and studded tires. On my commuter bike, I actually had 650B tires, 47mm. And they're really good. They were really good because I was also using studded tires for that, these Suomis. They really grip the road, especially in these conditions. I'm going to cross in that intersection there. I'm biking on a winter wonderland. Okay. So watch out for cars. Okay, wait for our signal. All right. Just gonna wipe my glasses once again because it's wet and it's gonna get wetter. Yeah, this is not like the other snow ride I did earlier this month. This is wet snow, slushy wet snow. It can be a bit miserable to ride on. Even if you're a driver too, it can be very miserable. We're gonna go to the pathway. Oh, there we go. Trying to get some traction. All right. Cycling in a winter wonderland. It's not bad here, not too slippery, especially when you're biking on a multi-use pathway. Still fresh snow, so manageable, but tomorrow I'd use thicker tires if I had a bike with thicker tires. Haha. But with a gravel bike, it's actually manageable. Even better if you have a fixed gear bike, or what they call a tracklocross. A fixed gear with thicker, knobbier tires. That's a good workout. I mean, even right now I'm trying to recover, but outdoor recovery bike rides are quite a good workout too, if you ask me. So you got a photographer there. Maybe he captured me biking. Maybe he captured me in his camera while biking, hopefully. The lone cyclist riding. You know, I'm gonna take a photo of this on the end of this trail for our Strava. I'm gonna have the headwind when I get back home, so it's gonna be quite an adventure. Let's use this post. I should have a photo of my other bike too, using this post. Take a photo. Good thing I used my hiking boots for this ride and not my clipless. I mean, I have clipless winter shoes for this, but they're a bit heavier. They are waterproof, but as I said, yeah, they are a bit heavier. I'd rather use my hiking boots to do recovery rides such as this. But as I mentioned, you do need I'm losing my words to say right now. Something like wool socks. The problem is during the winter time. See, I don't have any brakes anymore. The problem is during the winter time, the extremities, blood flowing to your extremities kind of slows down a bit, and you get a bit of numb fingers or numb toes. In my case right now, numb toes. So I don't know if that's a winter thing, but in cold weather, yeah, I get a bit of numb toes. Not even if I wear wool socks. So once in a while I just gotta try to stand up a bit and let blood flow through my veins. We're now at Bamburgh Circle, and yeah, again, road conditions are a bit slippery, a bit slushy. A lot of car drivers right now, a lot of motorists right now are using snow tires. Now, studded tires for cars are prohibited in the province of Ontario. They're not in Quebec, and I believe other provinces in Canada still allow the use of studded tires. They don't allow it because of course it damages the road. It damages the road surface. Not for bikes though. Let's see how many kilometers I've done so far. Looks like 11.6. Almost an hour, 42 minutes. Not so bad, not so bad. And again, not so cold, it's not too windy. There's a bit of wind. Definitely would love a cup of coffee right now after this. So Turn left here. I hear classical music for some reason. I think I'll go through the residential roads. Oh, it's from the church. Winter cycling is actually good for you too. You've acclimatized your body is very resilient and can handle a little bit more extreme conditions such as these, especially if you do some bike commuting in the winter. Your heart rate is higher. I mean, right now I think my heart rate is 145, and it's a brisk pace too, so the air is colder, drier, so your body has to work a little bit harder to bike in the winter. I mean, it does. I mean, you're like 5 times harder, especially when it's windy, cold, wet, like this. It's good for training. It's good for utility cycling if when you're used to it a bit more. Winter cycling can be fun. It can be exciting. It can be serious too, in a way. A couple of other things I missed. One is lights. You need to light up because the days are shorter. Right now it's around almost 4 o'clock, so yeah, basically you got to be a little bit safe. You got to know a little bit what you're doing. You got to be a bit familiar and be cautious because roads can be slippery. You don't want to go too fast here either, so you got to watch out for other vehicle users. And yeah, especially in these conditions when precipitation increases and the visibility is compromised, you need to light up. All right, let me see if I could try to catch that light. Across the street here. Okay. Whoa. I slipped there a bit. You gotta be careful too when riding on tire tracks, because you might lose a bit of traction. So I like to ride on the freshest part of the snow as possible, because tire tracks, especially when they freeze, you will slip a bit. All right, we're at Lamoureux Park. We're just gonna take a break here and then just check on our bike. Now we're gonna go through the woods. Ooh, it smells like someone's having a campfire or something. As you can see, it's pretty much full-on winter right now in Scarborough in Toronto, and yeah, 13 kilometers and 50 minutes. So I'll just do a little bit of a bike check. This is my Lightspeed Blue Ridge gravel bike. As you can see, it's quite iced up now. Using my Microshift Advent X 10-speed 1x10 speed derailleur. My crankset is there's a lot of ice accumulation. Here's the issue, of course, ice accumulation on the brakes here, especially when temperatures drop and this will ice up. You will lose some brake traction there. So you really got to be careful when you're riding with rim brakes. I'm also lit up, as you can see, so visibility is key when it comes to riding. I'm gonna put that on this setting here, so motorists can see. As you like, if I move back just a bit here, the conditions are pretty much, with visibility a little bit degrading here and there. It can be very dangerous when it comes to visibility, so you need to light up. Personally, for me, I'd like to have this strobing a bit so drivers can see. I have my ass saver here. That's for fender protection. Got a water bottle here. I got my light. This is a commuter class light that I got from Europe. Good for commuting. And of course, my knobby tires. These are Terravale gravel tires. I forgot what the name is. Let's see, Terravale Rutland tires. You see a bit of snow accumulation in the front there on the cantilever brakes. So just gotta be careful when it comes to that. Right now here, I think things are okay. Things are decent. So we'll go through the woods and then we'll head home. Alrighty. It's been a good trusty bike so far. Got my rubber ducky. But the only disadvantage, of course, are the brakes and the lack of fenders. I can't really fit fenders on this because the tire clearances are really tight when fitting these tires. The frame was originally designed for cyclocross tires or 32C tires, so can't really do much from there. All right, let's go through the forest. I may have to switch batteries soon, so hopefully it doesn't cut out. Ooh, look at that. It's gonna switch to a lower gear. Gravel bike is actually quite nice during the winter. Mountain bike or a fat bike too. I mean, it would be nice to have a fat bike. Ooh-wee. This is so cool. I might do a long-term review of the Advent X, Microshift Advent X that I've been using for the past year with this bike. It's performing quite well, especially during the winter time. No issues so far. I did an unboxing a year ago, so I'll certainly do a follow-up on that. All right, there's Mary Ward Catholic Secondary School. Better be careful around here, actually. I don't have my brakes. That's my old high school over there. Yeah, I'm gonna press real hard on my brakes right now. With disc brakes, no problem. And this freezes up a bit, so you gotta be careful. All right. Bit of uphill here. All right. Or maybe I'll just go straight home, because I do have Tim Hortons coffee at home that my mom and my sister brought in, so I'll just heat it up. Oh, winter cycling is so nice. I've only slipped a few times in the past when winter cycling, and that's because, one, I didn't really judge the road quite well. I think I rode on some tire tracks and definitely slipped. Two, I went a bit too fast. You know, these are mistakes you can avoid for sure, but as I said, you just gotta be extra careful when you're riding in the winter. The speed bump here. There we go. I think this is where the sidewalk is. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's another cyclist there. My brakes are not great anymore. There's a bike path here, but of course it has disappeared. almost sunset too, so it is getting a bit darker. Looks like this part's been plowed. Yeah, looks like this part's been freshly plowed. That's a good thing. Oh yeah, it's really started to just be a bit more cold and windy and bitter around here. All right, so my GoPro died. I had a third battery, but I guess because of the cold weather, it didn't hold any charge. So I'm just gonna end the vlog here. Thanks for watching. As you can see, it's just a desolate winter wonderland. And gonna get home now, grab a cup of very hot chocolate. Well, chocolate would be nice, but I prefer coffee too. All right, stay safe, stay warm wherever you are, and have a good one. Don't forget, if you somehow like this, hit that like and maybe subscribe if you want. Bye.